I never imagined that an ordinary dentist appointment would rip my entire world apart. My wife. My son. The home I built brick by brick with 15 years of sweat and sacrifice in one moment, it all turned toxic. This is a story of love that became obsession, trust that turned into betrayal, and a father's rage when he discovers the poison is coming from the person sleeping right beside him every night. Long pause. Heartbeat sound effect. My name is Ahmed Khan, 42 years old. I own a small construction company here in Peshawar. Nothing fancy, just honest work building homes for other families while trying to make one for my own. My wife is Samina. She's a schoolteacher, soft-spoken, always smiling in front of people. We got married 4 years ago. My first wife, Hamza's real mother, passed away from cancer when Hamza was only 5. Samina came into our lives like a blessing, or so I thought. Hamza, my 11-year-old son, was my everything. Bright, naughty, always running around with a cricket bat. But for the last 8 months, something was terribly wrong. It started small. Mild fevers that came and went. Stomach aches. Vomiting out of nowhere. We thought it was food poisoning or a stomach virus. Doctors gave syrups, antibiotics. He'd improve for a week or 2, then it would start again, worse each time. Then the teeth problems began. He complained of pain while eating. His gums started bleeding when he brushed. His teeth looked dull. Weak. Like something was slowly dissolving them from the inside. I got scared. Let's go to a proper dentist, I told Samina. This isn't normal. We went to Dr. Farhan, one of the most respected dentists in Peshawar. Clean clinic, modern equipment. Hamza sat nervously in the chair. The doctor put on his gloves, turned on the bright light, asked Hamza to open wide. For about 30 seconds he just stared. No words. His face changed, from calm professional to pure shock. Dr. Farhan, voice low, almost whispering. Ahmed, this is a normal decay. This isn't cavities from sweets or poor brushing. He pointed to the screen showing the X-ray and close-up images. Look at this enamel. Severe pitting. Black lines. Erosion patterns that only come from chemical exposure. Heavy metals. Lead, mercury, or most likely, arsenic. This child is being poisoned. Chronically. Deliberately. And it's been going on for months. I laughed nervously. Sir, you're scaring me. He's just a kid. Probably eating too much junk. Dr. Farhan didn't smile back. I'm not joking. I've seen cases like this only a handful of times in my career, usually industrial accidents or rare medical conditions. But this pattern, this is classic chronic poisoning. Someone is giving him small doses every day. Enough to make him sick slowly. Enough to kill him eventually without raising immediate alarm. You need to do blood tests. Toxicology screen. Right now. And you need to inform the police. This is attempted murder. My legs felt weak. The room started spinning. Murder? In my own house? Who would want to hurt Hamza? Music swells. Dark suspense. We drove home in silence. Hamza was tired and fell asleep in the back seat. Samina asked quietly, "What did the doctor say?" I lied without thinking. Just some enamel weakness. Needs cleaning and fluoride treatment. I couldn't tell her the truth yet. Because the moment the word poison left the doctor's mouth, a terrible seed of doubt planted itself in my mind, and it was pointing straight at the woman sitting next to me. That night, I couldn't sleep. Hamza was in his room. Samina was in the kitchen washing dishes. I went to the fridge, took out the milk bottle, the same one Hamza drank from every single night before bed. I poured a little into a glass, tasted it carefully. There was a faint metallic tang. Almost unnoticeable, but it was there. Like old coins or rusty pipes. I sealed the glass, labeled it, and kept it in the freezer. Next morning, I drove to a private lab myself. Paid extra for urgent toxicology. The report came 2 days later. Trace amounts of arsenic. Trace amounts of lead. Both well above safe limits for a child. I sat in my car outside the lab and cried like a baby. Not just because my son was being poisoned, but because I now had to face the question every father dreads. Who in my house is doing this? Samina was my second chance at happiness. After losing my first wife, I was broken. She came through a family proposal. Educated, pretty, seemed loving toward Hamza. She called him Beta, made his favorite foods, helped with homework. But now, every memory felt suspicious. The way she always insisted on giving him milk at night. The way she sometimes took food back to the kitchen to warm it up. The way she got angry when I suggested changing his routine. I installed an extra hidden camera in the kitchen, tiny, wireless, pointed at the fridge. I told myself it was for security, but deep down I knew why. 2 nights later, I reviewed the footage alone.
2:17 a.m.
Samina enters the kitchen in her nightgown. Looks around to make sure no one is watching. Takes Hamza's milk glass from the tray. Opens a small dark bottle she pulls from the back of the spice cabinet. Drops 3 careful drops into the milk. Stirs it slowly with a spoon. Puts the bottle back, hidden behind old masala jars. Places the glass back exactly where it was. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely hold the phone. This was my wife. The woman I slept next to. The woman who kissed my son goodnight. I kept watching. On the footage, she pulled out her phone and made a call. Speaker was low, but I turned up the volume. Samina, whispering. Yes, still doing it slowly. Can't rush. If he dies too fast, everyone will ask questions.
Don't worry.
Just keep sending the money. Once he's gone, the house is mine. The land is mine. Everything will be ours. I love you too. The man's voice on the other end. I knew it instantly. It was Umair. My cousin. My brother. The one who came to our house every weekend. Played cricket with Hamza. Called me by John. Helped with my business paperwork sometimes. They were lovers. Had been for years, even before she married me. She married me for the property. For the life. And Hamza, poor innocent Hamza, was standing in the way. Because in my will, everything, house, land, company share, goes to him if something happens to me.
They wanted him dead. Slowly. Painfully.
So no one would suspect foul play. I didn't scream. I didn't confront them. I went cold. Calculated. A father protecting his child doesn't get angry. He becomes dangerous. First, I moved Hamza to my mother's house for a short holiday. Told Samina it was because he needed fresh air and grandma's cooking. She agreed quickly, too quickly. Then I faked a medical report. I had a doctor friend who knew the real situation prepare a forged document saying, Hamza's condition is critical. Heavy metal poisoning has caused severe organ stress. Estimated time left, 4 to 6 weeks without aggressive treatment. I printed it, showed it to Samina. She read it. Her eyes widened, then softened into fake tears. Oh, Allah, my poor Beta, she cried, hugging me. I hugged her back. But inside I felt nothing but ice. I let her think it was working. I even drank the poisoned milk once in front of her, but I had already replaced it with normal milk from a new sealed pack I bought secretly. She watched me drink, smiled sadly, thought the end was near.
I invited Umair over.
Said, bye, Hamza is very serious now. Doctors say not much time. Come say goodbye. He came within an hour, dressed nicely, fake sad face. We sat in the living room. Samina made tea. I placed a thick file on the table. Umair, what is this by?
Me.
This is everything. The hidden camera footage of you putting drops in his milk. No, wait, of Samina doing it. The audio recording of your phone call. The real toxicology report, not the fake one I showed her. And this is my new will. If Hamza dies, every single rupee goes to charity. You two get nothing. Not one brick. Not one plot. Samina dropped the tea tray. Umair stood up to run. I locked the main door. The back door. You're not leaving until the police arrive. Samina started begging.
Crying.
Saying it was Umair's idea. That she was forced. Umair started threatening me, saying he'd expose family secrets. I just sat there.
Quiet.
Then I called the police in front of them. They came in 10 minutes. Showed them everything. Footage, recordings, lab reports, medical history. Both arrested on the spot. Attempted murder of a minor. Conspiracy. Court case lasted 8 months. Evidence was ironclad. Samina got 25 years. Umair got life imprisonment. Hamza? We started chelation therapy immediately. Doctors removed the heavy metals step by step. Today, he is completely healthy. Plays cricket every evening. Laughs louder than before. Hugs me every night and says, "Abu, you're my superhero." Narrator, soft, reflective tone. Sometimes the most deadly poison doesn't come from outside. It lives under the same roof, sleeps in the same bed, eats at the same table. But when a father discovers it, he doesn't break. He becomes unbreakable. This is my story. This is the story of every parent who would burn the world to keep their child safe. If this story touched you, like it, share it, and comment below.